I was born on June 21st, 1968 at Gyara Pakaliba.
Can you tell us a bit about your education background? Where did you go to primary school, secondary school?
I did my primary school in Pakaliba Primary School. Then from there, I proceeded to Bansang Junior Secondary Technical School.
Do you recall the dates when you went to primary school and secondary school?
I went to primary school in 1978. Then I started my common entrance in 1985. Then proceeded to Bansang Secondary School from 85 to 1989.
After you completed Bansang Secondary School, what did you do next?
I did carpentry for almost 2 years. Then later, in 1991, I joined in Gambian National Army.
You joined in 1991. Do you remember the date when you joined?
August 25th, 1991.
Do you recall which intake that was?
Intake 16.
So can you tell us a bit about your career in the military? Tell us a bit about the training you had as well as promotions that you had.
Well, after when we started August 21st, I was given that was our appointment date. Then after starting the training for almost 6 months. Then after 6 months into basic training, I was deployed to Delta Company at 1 Infantry Battalion, Yundum. Then from Delta Company, after 2 months, 2 months plus, then I was posted to the Army Army headquarters, where we attended a basic clerical course with the Nigerian training team. Then from there,
sorry to interrupt you. What was your rank at the time?
I was a private soldier.
Please continue.
Then after the completion of the clerical course, I was deployed to the GNA training school as the active clerk. There I was until November 11, 1994, when I was arrested.
As acting clerk, who did you report to?
I reported to the AO, the administrative officer, that was Second Lieutenant Yankuba Toure.
Do you recall what year that was or around what period that was?
Yankuba was the administrative officer of the training school up to July 22nd, 1994.
Where was the training school based at that time?
The training school was at Farafeji.
And when you say Yankuba Toure, which Yankuba Toure are you referring to?
Yankuba Toure, the former minister of local governments under military junta.
At that time, what was his rank?
Yankuba was a second lieutenant.
So thereafter, the July 1994 coup took place. Were you reporting to a different person after the coup?
Yeah, it was after the coup. Then that was the time when Peter Singate took over as the commandant training school. Then LF Jammeh was the administrative officer.
At the time that Peter Singate took over, where was the training school?
Training school was at Farafenni, but after some weeks, then we were moved to Fajara Barracks.
After, are you saying after a few weeks after the coup itself, then it was moved to?
Yeah.
And when you refer to Peter Singate, what was his rank at the time?
Peter was a second lieutenant.
Did his rank change after the coup?
No.
You also mentioned LF Jammeh. What was his rank at the time?
LF Jammeh, before the July 22nd, he was a sergeant. But immediately after July 22nd takeover, he was promoted to the second lieutenant.
So if I understand correctly, you remained as acting clerk until the events of November 11, 1994.
Yeah.
And at that time, you were reporting to LF Jammeh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would like us to move to the events of November 11th itself.
Yeah.
Prior to the events, were you aware that there was a coup in the making?
Not at all.
When was the first time that you heard about a coup plan?
It was after my arrest.
So let's take the events step by step. Can you tell us where you were on November 11th itself?
November 10th, I was at Fajara Barracks, training school, when I was given an assignment by Peter Singati that I should type for him. And that LF Jammeh came with some notes that I have to type for him, which contains the agenda of the meetings that they were having with the senior NCOs and the military juntas.
Do you recall when on November 10th that Peter Singate and LF Jammeh gave you this assignment?
That was on the 10th around. Peter gave me an assignment well before 2 o'clock. But for LF Jammeh came after 3 to 4.
So let's start with the assignment that Peter gave you.
Yeah.
What exactly did he tell you?
No, that was the one Peter gave me, that was pertaining to the administrative works.
And thereafter, you received an assignment from LF Jammeh around 2 to 3?
Around 3 to 4, yeah.
2 to 4 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
What was the assignment that LF Jammeh gave you?
That was the agenda of the meetings that they were conducting with the juntas members there.
So what exactly did he hand over to you?
Well, that was the welfare of the soldiers, like the promotions, accommodations, transport, and other logistics problems that the soldiers were lacking.
Based on the information that he gave you, could you, who were the participants in that meeting? Do you recall any specific names?
It was, what I know is the senior NCOs and the military juntas.
Please name them as well as their ranks to the extent that you recall.
No, I was not at the meetings, but when LF gave me the paper, when I came to return the paper to him, I just got maybe 5 meters away from them, then that's the time I stopped, and when he saw me, he get up and come and meet me. But there I saw Sana Sabali, Peter Singate, Edward Singate, Yankuba Ture, Sadibu Hydra were all present there.
And when you say there, where exactly are you referring to?
Fajara Barracks, just after the training school. Just at the other end of the parade ground, before entering training school.
So when you took these papers back to where LF Jammeh was, you saw all of these individuals?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What were they doing at that time?
No, they were just sitting, and they were on the meeting.
You mentioned senior NCOs.
Yeah.
Do you recall any of the NCOs who were also present at the meeting?
The senior NCOs that were at the meetings, I saw LF Jammeh was there. Sorijadama was there.
Can you tell us their ranks?
Sorijadama, most of the they are promoted to second lieutenant.
So apart from those two, do you recall any other NCOs?
I can recall Otu Trawale.
Do you recall his first name?
Abu Trawale.
And when you say O2?
Warrant Officer Class 2.
Thank you. Please continue.
Yeah. There I saw Sajakal was there.
What is his name?
Anyway, I think it's Juve. Something, I can't remember the name, but we call him Sajakal. That is commonly known, that also just call him Sajakal.
You said you recall that his name was Juve.
Yeah.
Does the name Alaji Juve sound correct to you?
I can't remember the exact name, but...
Well, let's make sure we identify the right person. What was his role at the time?
Sajakal, you know, one time he was an instructor, but later he was a platoon commander. At that time, he was a platoon commander, I believe.
What was his rank at that time?
Second lieutenant.
Do you recall any other senior NCOs who were present?
Now, this I can identify and recognize, but there were many, more than these numbers.
Do you recall if there were more than 10?
Yeah, there were more than 10.
Were they more than 20?
No, they were, together with the juntas, they could be more than 20.
Focusing on members of the junta, do you recall who else was with them?
No, for these people, I know them, and because Sana personally called me when I hand over the documents to LF, when I was about to go, Sana personally called me. Then I stood. I returned back to him and I complimented him. And he asked me, are you the one who signed the gate pass for AM Silla? I said, yes.
The gate pass of who?
AM Silla. Kedek AM Silla, the late Kedek AM Silla. You know, before November 11th, AM Silla applied to meet the chairman, TRRC chairman.
And why would you be the one signing a gate pass for him to meet the AFPRC chairman?
You know, I was the clerk responsible for that. Any soldier on the training school who is all the soldiers and officers, anyone who is leaving your working place officially, you have to come and apply a gate pass, and you will be given a gate pass to go. If you don't have the gate pass, if you go, we will mark you AWOL, that you are out of absence without excuse.
And when you say AM Silla, what do the letters of his name stand for?
Amadou Mbake Silla.
And it is your testimony that he was a cadet at the time?
Yeah, he was the cadet.
So you've told us that the meeting was between members of the junta.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned their names. You
Yeah.
also mentioned the names of certain senior NCOs.
Yeah.
At that time, did you see the members of the junta's entourage, meaning their escorts, their drivers, their orderlies?
Yeah, you know, those in those days, they don't go anywhere without their guards. Wherever they go with their guards.
So who do you recall seeing from that group?
You know, those people were not at the meeting, but where the vehicle were parked, they were standing around the vehicles there.
So they were not part of the meeting?
None.
After you spoke to Lieutenant Sana Sabali, did you stay for the meeting or did you leave?
No. When he asked me, are you the one who gave this AM Silla the gate pass, I told him, yes, I'm the one who gave him the gate pass. He told me, okay, it's fine. This is how he get to the meeting place.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Did you stay at the meeting or did you leave?
No, I've gone back to the office.
Were you aware of how long that meeting lasted?
It lasted almost around up to 7 o'clock in the evening. Because I left the office 8 o'clock.
And you said the meeting started in the afternoon. Do you recall when in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, that also after 3 to 4 days.
And as far as you're aware, do you know the issues that were discussed at the meeting? Were you informed of the issues?
No, I was not informed what they were discussing, but only the agendas that was given to me. That comprises of the welfare of the soldiers. I saw on those lists, but on details, I was not on the meeting there.
So apart from welfare of the soldiers, did you see anything else on that agenda?
No, only welfare of the soldiers.
And you said you weren't aware of details, but was there any additional information about what specific issues in relation to their welfare that was at point?
You know, in those days, with the soldiers' welfare was totally bad, I can say, because we don't have correct accommodations. We don't have, our salaries was very small. Transportation is always a problem for us. And these are the issues that every soldier was talking about. Because we used to say in Bandinka, meaning government has been changed, but nothing has been changed in the army. In fact, things were getting bad, worse than before.
When you say things were worse than before, what are you comparing to?
Comparing from the PPP time and the military time.
As a result of those views, do you know if the soldiers did anything in relation to that?
Can you repeat your question, Ma?
As a result of the view that things were worse after the PPP government, do you know if the soldiers did anything to address those concerns, apart from the meeting you discussed?
Well, I was not aware of any.
So the meeting took place, and you said it ended around 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And you were still at the barracks until 8.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what happened after the meeting ended? What do you recall?
After the meeting, LF Jammeh and Peter came and met me in the office. But when they entered the office, Peter and LF, it seems to me that they feel something bad within themselves.
What do you mean by that?
Because LF Jammeh was saying that, do you think we can accept this? He was saying that, Peter, do you think we can accept this? But Peter never replied. So there Peter get his briefcase, then out of the office, then he joined the vehicle to go out. So LF also followed him, and I was left there alone.
So what happened after that?
It was after that I went to my house, relaxed, until around 11, 12, when I wake up. Then LF Jammeh came and knocked my door. Are you ready? I said, yes, I'm fit to go now. Then he said, let's go.
Were you planning to go somewhere
that to attend the meetings that supposed to be held at Yundum Barracks at 2100 hours. You know, when they were having the meetings at Fajara Barracks, they ended without compromise. Then they later suspend the meeting, says that the meeting is supposed to be held again at 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock at Yundum Barracks.
And how do you know this?
Through LF Jam.
So, if I understand correctly, LF Jame told you that before he left.
Yeah.
So
and he told me that we're supposed to have a meeting at Fajara, this place, Yundum, where you have to go with me to cover as a clerk for me.
And did he tell you what time he would expect you to go with him?
The first time he told me was 9 o'clock. But later, we didn't go until around 11 to 12 that we left of Yundum Barracks.
Do you know why there was a delay?
No.
So you told us that LF Jame came to where you were staying,
yeah.
Your house,
yeah.
knocked on the door and asked you if you were ready to go.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
Then that's the time I followed him. Then we came up to the Amory. He stopped. Then he entered the guard room at the Amory, signed a weapon, came out, he wanted to go. I said, sir, do you think it's safe for me? You say we go together, you sign your weapons, I don't have weapon, you say we go. Am I safe? Then that's the time he said, you Jaranka man, you left a pistol like Jaukele.
What does that mean?
That means I don't know how to translate that in what seems that we want to. I'm lost anyway. I cannot translate that. I don't know. Someone can help me.
I mean, you are too paranoid.
Huh?
You are being paranoid.
Okay. That's why are you worried about that? I say, look, how can you say we go somewhere else? You sign a weapons. And I don't sign a weapon, you tell me to go with you. Then it's better I go home. Then he told me, okay, go and sign your weapon. That's the time I also entered in the room, the Amory, signed a weapon, AK-47s. Then we joined the vehicle.
Around what time was this?
This was around 11 to 12.
So around 11 to 12 at night?
Yeah.
On the 10th of November?
On the 10th of November,
1994.
yeah.
You said you took a vehicle. It was yourself, LF Jame. Was anyone else in the vehicle?
Yeah, the vehicle, Sorija Dama was there, but when we reached Banjurindi, I believe that's where Sorija Dama dropped from the vehicle.
And according to what you stated, Sorija Dama was a sergeant at that time? Was it normal for you to sign out weapons before going to another barracks?
Yes, because like my commander used to tell me, anytime a military man supposed to leave your duty position to somewhere else, you have to be armed.
So you signed out weapons from the armory.
Yeah.
What did you observe around the armory at the time? Were there any other soldiers present?
Yeah, there were some soldiers outside the armory, but inside the armory we met only one FAL.
Do you recall his first name?
No, I can't, but he is FAL. I think he's the first in the first Gendarmerie, the first Turkish intake of the Gendarmerie, 1991-92. That was the time he joined the Gendarmerie.
Do you recall his rank?
At the time, I think was was a lance corporal.
Does the name Mustafa or Madike sound correct to you?
No, not Madike, but it's a FAL. It's not a very tall. It's a short man. I think I later used to see him at around Tujere end.
Do you know what he did after the gendarmerie or the army?
After the gendarmerie, last time I used to heard about him, that was the time he was attached to Liberia. He was deployed in Liberia on this UN. He was on the I don't know, something like that at the UN, Liberia. That's where I lasted. From there, Liberia, I think that was the time I lasted to see him. Because where he lived in Tujer, and one day I was just passing by and I saw him coming with the vehicle. So we greeted, then I told him that, are you staying around this area? He told me, here is my compound. Yeah.
That's very helpful. So you only found Fal inside the armory?
Yeah, and Fal with another person, but that man, I don't know him.
Apart from the two of them, when you left the armory and went back outside, yeah, do you recall the soldiers that you saw around the armory? Did you recognize any of them? There were many soldiers.
There were many there.
And when you saw them, what, if anything, were they doing at the time?
No, the only thing I saw them with, they were with their arms. Some were at the guard room. Then this is how we, from the armory, when I came, that's the time we joined the vehicle, we left the camp.
Was there anything unusual about what you saw at that time?
Well, I can't say anything usual, I don't see.
So you left in a vehicle. It was LF Jame, Sori Jadama, and yourself.
Yeah.
Do you recall what vehicle you drove in?
Well, we were driving the Land Rover.
Were you the only three who left Fajara Barracks at that time?
Yeah, we were the only three.
At the time of this incident, do you recall who the commander of Fajara Barracks was?
At that time, it was Dot Fal, Abdullah Fal.
Do you recall seeing Lieutenant Abdullah Fal at the time?
At Fajara Barracks?
That night, after you took weapons from the armory?
No, I don't see him until when we reach Yundum.
And just to clarify and make sure I have this correct, what was his rank at the time?
He was a second lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
The three of you headed towards Yundum Barracks.
Yeah.
And you said that one person left, Sori Jadama.
Yeah.
Do you recall where he got off?
When?
Do you recall where he alighted the vehicle?
That was around Banjuninding Main Johnson. Banjuninding, the Main Johnson, that entered into the village. That was where he dropped the vehicle.
So the two of you, meaning yourself and LF Jame, proceeded to Yundum Barracks, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what happened?
Well, immediately when we enter after entering the Yundum, you know, you first have the former stations, agricultural office, I don't know, the Nari or Nari. Immediately after the Nari, then we received a gunshot. Then our vehicle was shot.
Do you recall what time this was?
Yeah, this was after midnight, towards 1 o'clock, I can say.
So as soon as you got to the agricultural building, you started receiving, was it one gunshot or a series of gunshots?
It's serious. It was not one. We were ambushed.
Can you describe to us what happened?
Well, immediately when we received a gunshot, that's the time LF Jame stopped the vehicle, then opened his door, then started running towards the airport end. Then these people were continue firing, following him with the firing. Whilst the others were engaging me. People like Edwards and his guards.
At the time that you were being fired at, Could you see who was firing at you at that time?
Those on were firing, some were lying down on the grass, and others were standing. Those on the lying down were the people who were firing. But when LF started running, Edward loudly said, "Don't allow him to escape. Don't allow him to escape." But LF was a very smart soldier. Then this is how he jumped over the fence, then jumped the airport fence. This is how he escaped.
And while you were being fired at, what did you do?
Well, I was immediately when I was about to land, then that was the time I was hit by one of the guards of Peter, who was my batch mate, whom I know personally.
Can you tell us his name as well as his rank?
Mustafa Toure and Pa Senghor.
Where did he start hitting you?
From the vehicle.
And can you tell us exactly where the vehicle was parked?
The vehicle was on the road. When we receive a gunshot, that's the time LF stopped the vehicle, then he ran.
So while Peter's guard, Senghor,
not Peter's guard,
Edward's guard.
Yeah.
Can you tell us his first name? Do you recall? Senghor?
Pa Senghor.
What was his rank at the time?
He was a private soldier.
You said he was beating you.
Yeah, with Mustafa Toure.
What was Mustafa Toure's rank?
Mustafa was also a private.
And what was his role at the time?
He was also a guard of Edward.
So both of these individuals, guards to Edward Sinyate, were hitting you. Can you tell us how they were hitting you?
No, they were hitting me with their legs, hands, gun butts. They were hitting me with their AK-47s. Some would kick me with their legs, some would knock me with hands.
At that time, apart from those two individuals, did anyone else hit you?
Yeah, Edward hit me personally.
Can you tell us how he hit you?
Edward, he came and held this finger. He just pulled it like this, then started slapping me.
And just to make sure it's clear, when you say Edward, who are you referring to?
Edward Singate, the former vice chairperson, chairman, TRRC, and the Minister of Defense.
After he did that to you, did anyone else hit you or do anything to you?
Yeah, there were many. I cannot recognize. Even these two I mentioned are not the only person who were surrounding me. There were many because at that time you cannot recognize who, but these two were my batch mates in the army. I know them personally. Later, Pa Senghor, who told me that, class, why are you here with these people?
What did you say to him?
I did not respond to him.
As a result of those beatings, did you sustain any injuries?
Yeah, I have a rib problem which I'm suffering still now. My ribs are still paining me. They sometimes pain me. At times I cannot even walk.
Apart from the injury to your ribs, did you sustain any other injuries?
Yes, and I was also snapped with a bayonet. But the person who do that, I cannot because he was behind me. I just had the bayonets on this here pap. Then I just look and I receive a slap. Then I cannot identify who exactly was doing that, but it was within the guards of Edward Singate, and it was within their guard.
So just to be clear, you're pointing to the back of the right side of your body, right?
Yeah.
Apart from that, did you sustain any injuries, any other injuries?
No, these were the injuries that I was assessing.
So after they finished beating you, what happened next?
After finishing with me, they just grabbed my legs and my hands. They throw me inside the vehicle. There was a truck park, but before I was put in the vehicle, I had a group of soldiers were attacking someone, and the other groups were attacking another people. Like maybe it was in sections, three groups. And in those groups, I heard that false voice that you are trying to betray us, but Allah will betray you people.
How did you know that was Dotfal's voice?
Dotfal, I know I can recognize his voice because I know him, he trained me. I know him personally. He trained me, and after training, we were working together at Farafenye Barracks. Then we were all later transferred to Fajara Barracks. I know him personally.
After Dotfal said that, did anyone respond to him? Did anyone say anything?
It was Sana who was responding to him.
Which Sana?
Sana Sabali, the former vice chairperson.
And what did Sana say to him?
Sana was telling him that you will know what I will do to you. This was Sana's word to him. You will know what I will do to you.
So you mentioned the people who were hitting you.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned that you heard Dotfal's voice, and you know that there were other people who were hitting other individuals.
Yeah.
Did you recognize any of the individuals who were hitting the others?
No, Sana always be with his guards. Edo be with his guards. Yankuba Ture also, they all go be in with their guards. But for Edward, where we were, it was where Peter Singata, you know, Peter was always beside his brother. Peter was together with the guards of this man, Edward.
I know this occurred at night,
Yeah.
but I'm still trying to understand who you could recognize at that time.
Well, I could recognize these people, but when we were all gathered at, maybe we'll come to that, when we reached mile 2, that was the time I started recognizing most of them.
So let's take it step by step. We're still at Yundum Barracks.
Yeah.
You heard Dotfal's voice.
Yeah.
You heard what he said.
Yeah.
And you heard Sana Sabali's response.
Yeah.
Did anything else happen to Dotfal, as far as you know?
Well, Dotfal, what I know was he lost his jaw. His jaw was completely hit by these things, the butt of the gun. That here, even by seeing him, his mouth cannot even close. He just will, this was how he was. He was completely out here.
And as far as you could tell at that time, you don't know who hit him?
No.
That's correct. Did you recognize anyone else apart from Dotfal in terms of the people who were hit by soldiers?
Lieutenant Basiru Baro was there, and Mafuji Sonko.
Let's take them step by step.
Yeah.
Can you observe what happened to Baro?
Okay, Basir also, his neck was broken because his head was tilted and until his neck was broken.
What was Baro's rank at the time?
Baro is a lieutenant.
So from what you could tell, his neck was injured.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything else on his body?
No.
Let's talk about, is it Mafoji?
Mafuji Sonko.
Can you tell us his rank?
Mafuji was a private.
What was his role at the time?
He was a driver.
Was he assigned to any particular individual?
He was driver to Lieutenant Fal.
As in Lieutenant Dotfal?
Dotfal, yes.
Can you tell us what happened to Mafoji?
Anyway, Mafuji was also beaten because when we reached mile 2, he was crying.
But while you were still at Yundum Barracks, did you observe anything in relation to him in terms of injuries?
No,
Was he injured?
No.
So we've talked about what happened to you, what happened to Dotfal, what happened to Basiru Barrow, and what happened to Mafoji Sonko. Do you recall any other individual who was beaten while you were at Yundum Barracks?
Fafanyang also.
Do you recall his rank?
Fafanyang, I believe he was a couple.
Can you tell us what happened to Fafanyang?
Fafanyang was also beaten seriously and he sustained some injuries because you can see blood from his head.
At that time, could you tell who hit Fafanyang or what was done?
I cannot say that.
Okay. Apart from Fafanyang, do you recall any other individual who sustained, who was beaten actually?
No, these were the people who I can recognize at that time.
As far as you could tell, were there more individuals who were beaten, even if you can't recognize them?
Yeah, we were more than these numbers. But you know, some of them were former TSG personnel whom I don't know them.
I understand, again, this happened at night. When you say you were many, the people who were beaten, were you more than 10?
Yeah, we were more than 10.
Were you more than 15?
Maybe around 15, 20 that I can say, but we were more than 10.
So you've told us the injuries that you sustained. After that, what happened to you?
I was just parked inside the truck. We were there when we had Edward Singate calling the attention of the soldiers around us that he is coming, he is throwing grenade. Then that's the time Sana said, no, don't kill them like this. We'll kill them one by one for other soldiers to be a lesson for the other soldiers.
When you say that Edward wanted to throw a grenade and called the attention of the soldiers, what do you mean by that?
You know, you cannot just jump and throw the grenade in the public like that. You know, in military, you have to take cover. Like when when he started throwing the grenade, he will lie down on the floor so that maybe when the grenade explodes, will go over them, so they will be safe. So this is why he was calling the attention of the soldiers.
What did he say to them?
Huh?
What did he say to the soldiers?
He was just saying that, stand by, I'm throwing grenade. So that time I was I do this inside the vehicle, I was looking at them like this. Then when Sana said, no, Sana hold his hand, said, no, don't do that. We'll kill them one by one for other soldiers to be a lesson for the other soldiers. Then that was the time Sana said, we stayed there for a while, then Sana said, no, these people will not come. Let's go for them. So this is the time the vehicles move, then we see ourselves to Mile 2, remain wing.
Okay, let's focus on what you've just said. Do you recall for how long you stayed in the truck before it moved to Mile 2?
It was more than an hour.
And you said that Sana said these people will not come, let's go for them.
Let's go for them, yeah.
Did they leave with you, the people in the truck, or did they leave separately? Whether Sana and his group left with you, the people in the truck, or they left separately?
No, we all left together.
So you all went to Mile 2 together?
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you went to Mile 2?
We drove to Mile 2 when we entered at the remand wing. That day, I believe one Sana was, in fact, insulting one prison officer there. Because the person told him that, but remand wing is full.
So step by step, you arrived at Mile 2.
Yeah.
You were in the truck, but Sana and others, were they in front of you or were they behind you?
They were in front of us.
So when you arrived at mile 2, take us step by step to through what happened and where you were taken.
Yeah. When we were taken to mile 2, we go straight to remind. We go straight to remind. Then the guards there, when they knocked, the guard said, "But here is full." Sana said, "Even it's full, transfer the others to the other cells and let them be there. We're coming for them maybe very soon." So we were parked in one cell with the other detainees we met there.
And this is in the remand wing?
Yeah, remand wing, yeah.
At that time, were you able to identify how many of you were taken to the remand wing at mile 2?
I can recognize others, but I don't know them. I've seen them, but I don't know their names because they were these former gendarmerie officers. Those I don't know them personally.
Well, let's start with the people that you recognize. Tell us who was with you at mile 2.
With mile 2 was Bafuji Sonko, Basiru Baro, Lieutenant Dotfal, Fafanyang, and there was one lieutenant whom I can't recall his name. I don't know, Nyancho.
Do you recall his rank, for example?
Nyancho, he was also promoted to the second lieutenant, I think.
And do you recall which part of the army he worked for?
Nyancho, he was at Yundum Barracks.
Who else do you recall?
For the army side, these were the people I can recognize at that time.
You told us that you were more than 10, about 15 or so. Is that correct?
Maybe so, around that time.
Okay. So when you arrived at the remand wing, you were all pushed inside. Can you tell us what happened there?
No, we were put inside. They locked us. These juntas, they left. After some hours, they came back again, opened the door. Then we were taken to the Fajara barracks.
Okay, before the time that you left mile 2, I just want to find out whether you could tell what kind of injuries different individuals sustained at that time. What could you observe in terms of the injuries?
Somewhere, you can see blood from their heads, some on the body. Because I remember one that was he's a former TRRC personnel. I can't remember his name, but he was seriously hit by the bayonet. They snapped him with the bayonet on around his ribs. And he was crying that he will die, I will die, I'm dying. So we were there, and later we taken to Fajara barracks.
While you were there, did any discussions take place amongst you, the detainees?
Not only with Barrow and Dotfal. I personally talked to those people because, Barrow, I used Fal. I told you that he's the one who trained me, and he is very open-hearted mind to me. Anytime and anything that I need from him or any concern I have for him, he always tell me that come to me and I'll assist you. And Barrow was my relative, I can say it. And I know him personally, and I used to go and meet him for more advices. Well before July 22nd takeover.
So can you tell us the conversation you had with Lieutenant Dotfal and Basiru Barrow?
No, at that time, Dotfal cannot talk. He was only doing sign. He can only sign because I said he completely lost his jaw, this down jaw. He completely lost it. Even by scenes, anyone who wants to just look at him, you'll cry. You can't imagine. Who know Dotfal and on that condition, it was terrible. Then Basir also, you know, the head cannot do the head is right directly on his soldiers, like this. This only thing he can say, he cannot talk. It was Mafuji who told me that it is Sana who hit Fal with his gun.
So Mafuji told you that it was Sana Sabali
Yeah,
who
Mafuji told me that it was Sana who hit Dotfal on his jaw with the butt of the gun.
When did Mafuji tell you that? Was that while you were still at Mile
Yeah,
2,
when
or
we were
was
at
it
Remind yeah.
You said that Dotfal was using hand gestures, and Barrow couldn't really speak either.
No.
Were you able to decipher anything from their attempts to communicate?
No, at that time, nobody can decide anything because where the condition those people are, whoever see those conditions, you know that the next minute is yours. Everybody was thinking of your own life. That was survival drill.
So apart from Mafuji, did you speak to anyone else while you were still at Mile 2?
No. It was only Mafuji that I spoke to. Until when we were out of the cell, that was the time I talked to Babukar Jatta, the then army commander.
Well, let's talk about how you left Mile 2. Do you recall how long you stayed at Mile 2 before you left?
I said maybe it's roughly an hour when we were at Mile 2.
And can you tell us about your transfer from Mile 2? Who was present at the time?
When they came to open the door, when we were out and we were asked to join board the vehicle, then where Babukar Jatta, the then army commander, saw me and said, Dabo, you are also here? You are also with these people?
Was that the first time that you saw Babukar Jatta that day?
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him. But when Yundum, we saw his vehicle there.
You saw his vehicle at Yundum, but you didn't...
When we were entering Yundum barracks, we saw his vehicle there, DNA 1.
But do you recall seeing him at Yundum at the time?
At Mile 2.
So Mile 2 was the first time you saw him. Who else was present when you were being transferred from Mile 2, apart from Babukar Jatta?
Sana Sabali was there. All these juntas, Sana Sabali, Edward Singate, Yankuba Ture, Sadib Hadra, Peter Singate, with their guards, were all present.
At that point, could you recognize any of their guards?
I can recognize this man, Usman Sonko.
What was his rank at the time?
Usman Sonko was a lieutenant, who was later became the Minister of Interior. Then Maud Baji.
What was his rank?
Maud Baji was a major. Then you have Babukar Njai. Babukar Njai, who was a private soldier. Then
was he assigned to anyone?
Babukar, I think he was assigned to Sana or Sadibu. These two, he was assigned to this Sana. Yes, he was assigned to Sana Sabali. Then you have Mustafa Ture, known as Churo, Pa Senghor.
You told us earlier that these individuals were assigned to Edward Sinyate.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Then you have Jakaria Dabo.
Can you say the name again?
Jakaria Dabo.
Jakaria.
Dabo, yeah.
Okay. What was his rank?
He was a private soldier. I believe now he's with the Immigration Department.
Who was he assigned to at the time?
Jakaria was assigned to Sadibu, I believe. Yeah. Then we have Buba Jame.
What was his rank at the time?
Buba Jame was a private soldier.
Do you recall who he was assigned to?
No, Buba Jame was, at that time, he was attached to Yundum Barracks. You know, he's a junior brother to Yaya Jame. We call him Kalilai too, Kalilai Junior. And you have Lance Corporal Lamin Fati was there.
Do you recall who he was assigned to?
Lance Corporal, at that time, I don't know exactly whom he was assigned to, but he was there. Then Alaj Martin also was there.
Do you recall his rank at the time?
At that time, I believe he was either a staff sergeant or 002. I can recall, until I refer, can I be referred to my file, please, if I can be granted?
Do you have a file with you here?
Yeah, I have a list that their names were listed.
How did you prepare that list?
Eh?
How did you prepare that list?
You know, when I was writing my statement, later those arrested, I compiled them together, and those who I recognize, I listed their names.
And did you list all of these names from your own memory, or
Yeah,
were
from
you
my own memory. Yeah.
You may refer to that.
Okay. Yeah, and I also have Musa Jame. Buba Jame, Musa Jame, yes, these were the people I recognized at Lamin Fati.
Musa Jame, what was his rank at the time?
Musa Jame, I believe he was also a 002.
Was he assigned to any particular
No, he was
individual or post?
Attacked to State House.
So you saw all of these people, meaning the various council members, as well as the people you mentioned, meaning their guards and the people who were with them. Yeah. You also mentioned Army Commander Babukar Jatta. With this big entourage, can you tell us what happened next? Where did you go when you left Mile 2?
When we left Mile 2, we went to Fajara Barracks.
Do you recall around what time this was?
This was around after 1 to 2. I believe from 1 to around 2, 1 to that. This was the time we were taken to my Fajara Barracks.
Okay, let's make sure we're clear about this. So it's around after midnight that you arrived at Yundum Barracks.
Yeah.
You said that you fell into an ambush.
Yeah.
Then you were arrested, beaten. A number of individuals were beaten.
Yeah.
Then you were put in a truck.
Yeah.
And you were in that truck for about an hour or so. Then you were taken to Mile 2. And you were in Mile 2 for about an hour.
An hour, yeah.
So this is very early in the morning. We're at least looking at after 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, it was after around that, from 2 a.m. upwards.
Okay. So can you tell us what happened when you arrived at Fajara Barracks?
When we arrived at Fajara Barracks, we were asked to parade. Then we were paraded, and the soldiers were behind us.
Where were you paraded?
Inside the parade ground.
Who asked you to parade?
Sana Sabali, the former vice chairman.
How did you get out of the truck in order to be paraded?
When we reached there, they will throw us on board. Then we come by ourselves, this man, Yanko Sana Sabali, this man, Dotfal and Basiru Baro.
Where were Dotfal?
They were lying inside the vehicle. And I'm the very person who even carried Basiru Baro from the vehicle. When he stood, he cannot stood. Then they tell me, leave him. And later the soldiers came and make him up. Then bring where we were paraded. He was standing, he cannot stand, then he fall down again.
So you said Basiru Baro and Dotfal were still in the truck. You helped Basiru Baro. What happened to Dotfal?
Dotfal also, somebody, I don't know who among the soldiers who pulled him out of the, he was even forced. He held his leg and just pulled him out of the truck on the ground. Then they carry him where we were paraded. And Dotfal also, at that time, he cannot stand.
Do you recall who pulled him out of the truck?
No, I cannot remember the boy, but for Basiru Baro, I am the very person who made Basiru out of the truck.
You said you were paraded?
Yeah.
What were you wearing at that time?
We were naked. We were stripped nakedly.
Who stripped you naked?
Immediately you are arrested, they take everything from you.
So let's make sure this is clear. At what point were you stripped naked?
At Yundum Barracks. All of us who were arrested at Yundum, we were all undressed. Everything that was within our body was taken out.
So you were transported to Mile 2 while you were naked?
Yeah.
And you stayed in Mile 2 in the same?
Yeah.
And thereafter, in the same condition, you were taken to Fajara Barracks?
Yeah.
And at Fajara Barracks, you were all paraded?
Yeah.
In that same condition. Can you tell us what happened next?
And there, Sana Sabali started after counting 3. 1, 2, 3, fired! Then they started firing at us. Then that's the time soldiers started, you see, people are falling down. Until around around 6, 7, when I heard somebody was talking to him, no, but Allah stop. And that voice seems to me like Babakar Jatta, who was telling them that Allah stop Sai. That time, I think I was left with only Mafuji Sonko, who were physically on the ground. But the rest, and others have run. You know, earlier I told you on the statement that others started running. One of them was hit on the back and said, oh, I am boom, I am boom, I am boom. Let's run, let's run. I told him, look, even if you run, Allah said you will die, you will die. If you stay, Allah safe, you will be safe. So some noise was made behind us. That's the time when these people started running towards the training school end.
So let's take what you've told us step by step. You were paraded, and then Sana Sabali counted 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and then everyone started firing.
Yeah.
Prior to that, do you recall who was present with Sana Sabali?
All these people I've said, Babakar Jatta was there with the other junta members, with their guards. Modbaji, we are all there. Because Babakar Jatta was together with Modbaji on the same, they were all together.
What was Modubaji's rank at the time?
Modbaji, I believe that that time he was a captain, I think. Captain or Major, but he was among the senior officers of the Gambian National Army.
Do you recall if he had any particular role at the time?
Later, I heard that he was a commissioner to some, I think, North Bank Division. Then after, as the ambassador to Mauritania.
So all of the people that you mentioned as being present outside Mile 2, who then transported you to Fajara Barracks, were present when the shooting was going on.
Yeah.
Do you recall if all these people were shooting, or was just a few individuals who were shooting?
You know, I cannot identify who is shooting because, you know, all of them were armed. They were all having guns. When Sana said 1, 2, 3 fired, you had fired all of. You cannot know who is firing and who is not firing.
You told us that some individuals fell to the ground. I'm talking about your group, the people who were being fired at. You said some individuals fell to the ground, other individuals ran away. Can we just start with the people who fell to the ground? Do you know if anyone was killed as a result of that firing?
Yeah, there was 2 gendarmerie officers whom I don't know them, but there were 2 gendarmerie officers, and I believe EB and this man Nyancho, I believe he was also there, who lost his life at Fajara. Yes.
So the 2 gendarmerie officers as well as Nyancho.
Yeah.
Do you recall if anyone else was injured at that time, as far as you could tell?
Yeah. The person it seems to be Bineminti. But according to his testimony last time, he said he was not there. It makes me surprised because Bineminte's name was mentioned when we were at mile 2, when the Sana was calling the list. And Fajara also, his name was mentioned there. But when I was listening to his testimony, it doubts me that maybe either I mixed the name or something else has happened. But someone among them, either Minte or Jaju, Lieutenant Jaju, also was there, he was also among those who ran away. Lieutenant Jaju, who later joined those Katong attacks.
Well, let's address the issue of Bineminte. You said that while you were at mile 2, Sana Sabli was reading out a list.
Yeah.
Was that when you just arrived at mile 2, or was that when you were leaving?
You know, when we arrived mile 2, the guards there, before he accepted us, he brought a book where he wrote all of our names. He wrote our names there. Then when Sana came, that's the list he took from that prison warden, the prison officer, and then it was the list he was calling.
So from what you've said, Bineminte was mentioned
Yeah.
when that list was being read
Yeah.
out. Do you recall actually seeing Bineminte at that time?
You know, at that time, before that, I never knew Bineminte. I just heard his name, but I cannot, when I stand personally with him, I cannot know this Bineminte.
So at that time, you were not in a position to recognize or... Okay.
Only heard of the name, but I cannot know, I don't recognize him personally because I'm not used to him.
So now at Fajara Barracks, your testimony is that you believe Bineminte was also there.
Yeah.
But you've already told us that he's not someone that you could recognize.
Yeah.
So it's possible that you're mistaken, is that
Yeah.
correct? And when you heard his testimony, that made you doubt whether or not he
Yeah.
was in fact there.
Yeah.
You also mentioned Lieutenant Jaju.
Yeah.
Recall seeing him at mile 2 as well as at Fajara Barracks, or was it only in one of those locations?
Yeah, I saw him in mile 2 and Fajara Barracks also, where he ran.
Prior to that, did you know Lieutenant Jaju?
Lieutenant Jaju. No, I met him once. He came to the training school. And he asked for assistance. He told me that I know that I heard that you are a good typist. So I have some documents for you to type for me quickly. I said, okay. But not now, because now I'm doing official duties. It was after when we close work, that's the time I started typing his documents for him.
So it is your testimony that you recall seeing him at Mile 2?
Yeah.
And as well at Fajara Barracks?
Fajara Barracks.
We have about 3 minutes left. Can I continue asking questions, Mr. Chairman? Thank you. So you told us that, so far you've told us that 3 individuals died as a result of that shooting at Fajara Barracks.
Yeah.
Do you recall around what time that event occurred, the shooting of detainees?
This was after 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. This was at that time.
Apart from the individuals who you mentioned as having been killed, you mentioned that there were individuals who escaped.
Yeah.
Do you recall who escaped?
No, those who escaped, actually, when I said this people, either Minte or Jaju, who was hit by bullets, had said, oh, let's do, I am bung. Meaning, I'm shot, let's run. I said, no. So there was a noise behind us that Sana was addressing that. Then that's the time these people started running towards the training school end.
So just to be clear, do you recall if it was one person running or
no? There were many.
There were many.
There were many. There were more than 3.
More than 3 people running away. I believe you also mentioned that some people were injured as well, apart from the people you've just mentioned now.
Yeah.
So those who were killed as a result and people who were injured but were running away.
Yeah.
Who else do you recall?
No, these are the people I can recall. Because, I told you that most of these TSG personnel, I was not used to them.
So after those individuals ran away, what happened next? What happened to you?
When they followed those people and they didn't never get them, when they came back, some of the soldiers came back that they didn't get them. That was the time I heard somebody was talking to Sana, that Akanyant. But that was Babakar Jata who was saying that to Sana. So that was the time we were ordered to board the vehicle again. And Sana told me, neighbor didn't see Kako. Meaning, come and get your relative. Then I have to come back and get Basir Baro again, transport him to the vehicle. Then I joined the vehicle. Then we left Yundum Barracks.
And which vehicle are you referring to? Is it the same truck?
The same vehicle.
I believe this is a good time to stop. Mr. Chairman, we'll proceed after the break. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Council, and thank you, Mr. Vlaidabo. If the commissioners don't have any questions, we will take a 30-minute break and perhaps ask questions at the end of his testimony. Okay, no questions. Thank you very much. So we'll take a 30-minute break, come back at 12 noon. Meeting is adjourned.
Fear over electoral rigging rocks Zimbabwe as the country.
Yesterday, after listening to Prime Minister May's assessment of the state of the negotiations,
Fear over electoral rigging rocks Zimbabwe as the country.
Yesterday, after listening to Prime Minister May's assessment of the state of the negotiations,
Why it is our diocesan patron feast day is because the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Assumption is dedicated.
Do not have it in their mindset or in their psyche that we are playing against Algeria.
Assalamu alaikum badingolu mbali kontona ay Africa television o nyina toyala kal bismillah dinkrato dam yalon ko wole mo Duns Hotel ti dinkrami yalon ko wole mo korda banyenti TRRC o commission mi yalon ko alota Gambia banko kan pour ka tonya kolu lankene ma mi yalon ko wolle sotota non Gambia banko la tarikoro kabo July karo tilimon nimfula 1994 sango kata fo January 2017 sango kono badingolo bilongola commission la jiaroto CDRO la karola sedo me yalon ko wala nata bilongola ako atomo ablay dabolti wuluta sate oto mi yalon ko wala mo jara pakali bati jatiri bo sefu banko kan mansa konko kumandam banko nyinto ati ablay dabo ako wuluta June karo tilimwan nin nani 1968 sango kono ako anata ta karangola dinkrato dami alon ko wole keta pakali ba primary school ti ako kabira bota woto anata tenteng 1985 kata 1989 ako karanda dulato dami alon ko wole bansang secondary technical school o nyinte ako kabiring pareta karangola bansang anata sanyi fula kapinta ya doku nyinke kabiring abewo wucho kono 1991 sango kono anata ka dabulandi taroto mi alon ko wole kata gendarmerie la taroti molmen yalon ko e lafta kata talibe yala gendam kunda banyindo Gambia banko kan atendenda fanan kaytande ko de 1991 sango ako anata karonke August karo atilimwani lulo ako gendam nata ka karota ka dila mi alon ko wole kata kari woro karonti o talibe ya wucho nyin kono ako kabiring ay training nyimbang ya samba dinkramen do pra do ko kaje wala kata Delta company nyinde ako Delta company ako anada tarawoto abenunje inada samba dinkrado dami alon ko wala mu ami headquarters ti dami alon ko ye do ko diala memu Clark ya doku nyinti anu woni kindromi alonko ya kumandala men keda karfula karonti Nigeria no la sojarol men alonko be jang pour ka zandamolta ke karandi nyen Clark ya doku la wolen safero la bundati ako anata taw karfula karola army headquarters ako kabira pareta wala enata samba makamo diala memo acting Clark ti army training school o nyinto wato la Gambia banko la army training school o aytande ko abe dinkramento wole mu farafenyeti North Bank region attendenda fanan kaytandi ko wato la mom yalon ko lebe nyaton kayala wodinkra nyinto ako wole munu Yankuba Toureti ako Yankuba Toure le moti me yalon ko wole be nu nyaton kayala wodinkra nyinto farafenye barak soro attendenda fanan kaytandi ko Peter Singate woketa moti me yalon ko wole nata ke ila admin nyaton ko nyinte anum Peter la normalan ko momen beje wolem Lamin LF jammeti anu adem molti me alon ko atela bosketa wolti ako LF jammedung makamo mi alon ko ay wole mara sojar kundaro abota sajin le atata dinkrado dame ko wolen second lieutenant banim birin Gambia banko yela kudeta ke 1994 ye modo la makamo selendile ako wolanna LF jamme abota sajin kata kake second lieutenant ori tendenda fanan ka sankando ke ko de ako November 11 1994 sango makamo mi alon ko woltartate bulu wala mo private soldier di and wo private soldier makamo nyindum on fenede mi alon ko woltartate bulu soldier ya wujo nyin kono fo November 11 la wo kudeta kurkuro in sotota Gambia banko kanja ate Ablaye Dabo atendenda fanan kaytandi ko nyin ko kurendi yalon ko membe denni wokude tala November 11 o be mu fenneti me yalon ko ate mambo ku kilin kala maje mambo ferel kilin kala ma membe dendi wokude tala ako kude tala karola ate femfo no la moye bara nene mamma be mitindo waranto fanan ka kuma kan soto no mobulu men baytandi lala ko kurkurlobe ke kan kude tala landirola November 11 la karola atendenda kaytandi ko de bare ase men sain kan no drong CDR kolto wala nyinde ko November karotili tango ako Fajara Barracks lonko abe do ko la wolto la admin dinkra nyin me alonko marlola tamandro bunda nyin wo kampo nyin kono ako ala boss me alonko wolen Peter Singate anyanta ka men safe ako abe do ko la safe kan fo talam fula ma fon la ala boss mi alon ko wolen elef jammeti wonata nan kaytan dala ko de abe la flash kayti dol safae mi alon ko be dendi ni meeting wala meeting me alon ko inin jonta membal memo sojarol te men kudeta ke e be maralo la no wato la AFPRC la sojar man sakunda nyindo ako kabiring elef jamme o diala ako safero nyindung ako ngokeda mente wala nyinte ko membe laring ning sojaro la al halo Kenya la bari ni ajube kol men yalon ko be ko sojaro la ladulalu sojaro la tani na Kenya memu moto ko al halolde anim banan sojaro la muna fami yalon ko e ka soto jola karola o be fenete me yalon ko be nasirin ne wotundo wo ay tande ko ya fa ko pro asi safero ke o al halol nyinna ako kabrayo safero rol nin ke fa pareta ako anata ta dinkrato dam yalon ko wala mu elef jamela ma fonti ako bar wonara commandro kala kabirin metar dantan drong pura e futama elef wulta na anata ayo kaytol tabulu ako abe dinkra nyine to kabra kodi ako sana sabal ya kumandi akay ko nanang ako kabra tate danko sana sabal ma sana ya itandala ko de fo atele keda moti me alon ko ay kayto ta ka safe pour ka silo yele moye me yalon ko wo mari lafta nun permissionola me yalon ko wolem AMC lati ako AMC ladung wolem Ahmad Mbake sillati ako munun kedek leti nun ako kedek AMC la memo Ahmad Mbake sillati ala o permissiono mi alon ko ay wole nyini ako atele signero ke o kaytola ako bayra ala do ko la lonkangolem sartol fana ya landile pour nyin kamala momorandi natara ko e mari bella fila pour kata hajul topoto warando ka kulu soto mi alon ko wolen siloti ako bayre wato kedek Ahmad Mbake silla ala ftanun kan wato kiamano mi alon ko wole be AFPRC la nyaton kaya nyin ko memu ya jammeti alaftanun ka wolaje ako kabra o ko indi sanama ko atele kayto nyin signé ako tuma tanata tenten katela office o nyin kono ako atarta jele meeting o nyin nara ke meeting mairie mbati ako bari meeting o nyin tata la fortala woro wala ma fon la wurarandin tilo ako wo meeting o nyin kola anara je Edwards Peter Singate anin elef jamme e mo fulo nyin nara office o bari kambe manda taman sero mantare damma tema ako anara mo elef ya kuma kanfo kaytande ko de nyin kolbe tembo mendo mo de sonno la nyinna anun te nyin kolunte e bulano la ten ako elef yo fay ka foko ha ya e foyte amiral ko molbe sonna nyin kolale ako bare Peter manke mode me alan ko anara elef jamme jabi fem ferendina membe o nyin aro nyinna karola atendenda wala nyama kaytande ko de kol men yalon ko wolelbe kerin nun ngatangol la karola ako to nya ni ajube ako ni na ratar dingra karola sojarolu wo watola ako mfenen me ko al halo nyi mambetea ako ni na la karfa jojube cortindinnati drong barin karfa jo manke nyabo fendi warando mosi nganya ni menna ay tande fanan ko le bunda fanan do je me alon golen tanin na kenyadi memu moto quality pour sojarolu ye moto soto no ni bida do ko la ni vesela nan ako be mu ngay bolli ako fang al halo nyi ni ba sumanna wado men na PPP man sakunda bije ako isafo ko AFPRC wo wato nyina wo tumolem kuolu wajabita o November karotil tangla karola wato lem kuolu be jawyari katambi jawra man sakunda PPP nyina ako ni ajube sojaro lal halo femman topotoje mi alon ko ay nyafa nyin sabo atendenda fanan ka 50 ke kode ako dinkrami yalon ko wala mu ala kordade anata ta wodula nyinto ala sabati dinkra nyin ala bungo nyinto ako atata je ako atra elef jamme afane ko talang tamma fonla bengo dole nyanta ka soto dinkra to dami alon ko wala yundum baraksti ako bari wo ko nyin nata ka ke fende mi alon ko talan ko non do ko mem fota kada talan tamma fonla onata bayi ako dalilo kamala anata ke suto talan tanim fulawo ma fonla elef jamme nara kala bunda kongong ka fay ko fa paretal bang ako tumala fanam findi tanan inara ta dinkrado dami alon ko wolem amoriti ako elef jamme tara ay signero ke kido la nin ke solo me alon ko wolem AK47 nori ako anata nan ka findi amore nyin kono ako tumala ta kay ko barin na boss ite ye signero ke kido nin ke solo be findi kan nyin sudo watola nte dum purumbulu ken semeta o man koy ako kay ko na jaran kan dum kana pisali ako wotu malem wona da fa ko faneta signé roke ako fananta da AK47 o anin kesota signé ate Ablaye Dabo atendenda koy bulata moto kono moto nyin tolmo sabal tarta moto nyin kono akoy ni membe je wala mu sori jadamati ako ateni elef jamme ani sori jadama inara bulallan roba moto kono itata dinkrato dami alon ko wala mu fo banjulunding ako sori jadama nata ji banjulundin nawo sila kumbe mbato dami alon ko wala banjulundin na menjo tol tentenda wala nyama tata dinkrato dami alon ko wala mu dinkrati memu ami baraksti yundum la karola ako bari kabira tata no amore today ay momi yalon ko ay wala suteje ako ay lance corporal fal do sute bari wala to follow de to nyato nya hakilo to mawmano ako bari nyimu molde mi yalon ko wati nena sotota ana benda nun tujerenne an wayata ndala ko be sabarti bolto ako bara si tamansero do di no wo lance corporal fal la karola kaytande ko de amu molde mi yalon ko anenen ye do ko soto mi yalon ko wala keta Liberiati ka do ko ke Liberia akode molo mi alon ko anene wolon ala kotole atendenda fanan kaytande ko de kabrin tumala menna tolle ni law moto nyintara yundum baraks ako dulalum dami alon ko Lieutenant Ablaye Dotfal ako anata ka atarawo dinkra nyineto ako yundum baraks so nyinto talankilim ma fon la suto la ma ku yandango ako inada kidi keso moy ila moto nyin ya bung ako kabiro bundiro nyin keda bundir kuma kan be kuma kan dro wotu malemu elef jamme moto ta kalondi jita moto kono wala nyama aye bore ako so jarol ya bandi fang ka kido ta ka fay ako bar ketare mbalo elef jamme tinun amunun so jar tarim balde ako anada jompi airport sansan nyinna ala yemo sababo nada kenu wolete atendenda fanan kayitandiro ke kode kabiri woketa ako sojarol natate noma men yalon ko fan mo fulal be jaayol suutele ako wala Mustafa Toureti anim pasengor ako ya muta ka buute ka damfun ako dolfon ka kidi konta kalipa ako do nyunu mo let me yalon ko Edward Singate la kantar la le mutinu ako bari nyin sojar nyaaton ko lu Edward Singate Sadibo Haidra Yankuba Toure anin fanan mi yalon ko wala sana sabalti ako watu ni bitala dong ini sojar kafo le kada mi anko wolen mu la kantar lalti waranto ila demar lal atendenda fanan kaytandi ko de yaate damfunne ka balo keres bankendege ako Edward ngare a buluko ni muda tormon dong bila buluko ni ngaji do a tulo fadi paw ako be fennede mi alon ko wo balatin mbal yal keta ate Ablaye Dabo lale atendenda fanan kaytandi ko pasengor yaje wonata fay ko bari tol be karanta nun training school akay ko classe te do ka mun nyini nyim molu kono ako barata mon na fem fo kuma kawdo mi alon ko abe jabila walla anara itande ko fanan kafu saba bari wala be mabere mbengoto anara wurol moy ane modol fanan men yalon ko be wala ketes bankan nin ton kon dolla ako kabring be o moy kan ako anara wuro moy mi yalon ko keda mole county mi yalon ko wolem dot falti ako dot fal ba fo kan ko alente le jamfa bar ala kitete naltema ako dot fal yo kuma kan nyinta ka banke atendenda fanan kaytandi ko ne ako sana sabale ko bi ninge muta ibalon nale mbe mellale kan ako sana sabali yo kuma kan nyifo dot faliye atendenda fan kaytandi ko de dot fala ta keda molti mialon ko ya busa kidi kungolla ko nga fulol walita surtout nga duman ko kidi kungo yo lanjurle ako dot fal tartaw al halo nyama ako letnan Basiru Baro o kan tarta lakajiring karakilingolla ala kaba kunko nyinkang ako wo fanan toro mi alon ko alata kan asa ko ka momi alon ko akan kati munun tale atendenda fanan kaytandi ko de momi yalon ko wolemu private mafuji sonkoti ako womu drive boltinum letnan dot fall la drive bolen ako fanan mu mode mi anko a soute an wobe nun kumbo kanne fan surtout dinkrami yalon ko fotata num mile tu ako be kumbo kanne waytandi le ko baladimo ani wole be nyola barin kersbandro anin tilimbali atamata mol men kan afanan bulata wolla kon atendenda kaytandi ko fanan kopel fafa nyang o fanan mo molde mi alon ko ya lipale an woli paro kono fang ni akungo jube kayeloje akungo tole an wo fanan keda molde mi alon ko afanan bulata o toro nyine kono aytandi ko fang molmen yalon ko wolel tartaw dinkra nyinto ako kabo tankata muango ma fonla ako bare siata tawntelede ako tannim fennemu muango ma fonla ako molla kontobe wolto atendenda fanan kaytandi ko de ate molti mi alon ko naata muta ke fay dinkrato dami alon ko wala moto ba nyin kono de ako Edward Singate briye bulandi wo moto ba kono ako Edward naata wuri wata killing ka fo sojar dole ko ali pare mbe grena do fayla ako kabri wo kuma kan fo drong ako sana sabali ya bulo muda aka ko kana fay nyunu bul kana nyunu fa nyi nyama mbe nyunu mudala nge fa killing ako sana sabali kuma kan volta ka fo Edward ye ako tumale naata ka o moto ba nyim malefe ke samba dinkraro dami alon ko wala gambe banko la kas jawodi ka fo damen to ko mile tu dol ko gambia la banta jahannaba tendenda fanan kaytandi ko brief data o mile 2 ye samba dulato dami alon ko wala remind winti ako kabri futata oto kantar la do bije ako woko sana sabale ko jambe farine ako sana kamfata o kam aka ko modol bondi yowol samba sel dol kono ye dundi jang mbina murla ne kammale ako sana o kumota ka banke o kantar la nyiye tendenda fanan kaytandro ke ko de momen boko lieutenant Basiru Baro kada fafa nyang dot fall woni nyim modolu akoy tol bele keta modo mi alon ko ye sambanu wodin kra nyinto wori man wing an ye jindije ako kabirin tumala men ye bulaje ako wo anara modoje mi alon ko tartanu TSD wo technical support group onying me alon ko zandamo la fannala meno bennu tanko bundala kaje ko yetara doko ke kan pour mansa kunda nying ala tanko be sotola no nyamenna surtout ning state house onyin na karola akode wo TSG mol kono sojar do bije me alon ko wode ya sonu lo sojar murola memu bagnetode akode yelobe sursurla wala kartantangola ako bafula ko mbe fala wembe fala ako be maka nyim foka ako dot fall wala al halo benu nyamenna ni mo ba 5 na wala indiko wakatara tama kan nin tama serolela buluma mandirolo aka kol misal ni wollela bari nga dabu ka diamuno bari nga ko nyin surtout nga kulo me anko wala du malan kolde kido e o tale ka lanjur atende nda fanan kaytande ko de Basiru Baro wobe tembo men do watola ala al halo do ako akamo be lakajiring ala karakilin wala kaba kunkunga nyinto ako Basiru Baro amu moti mi alonko wada katara nguntan kande drong akavo ako bari Basiru fana mu moti mi alonko wato la hani diamo kese kilimo abuka keno fente fo abe al halo men kono atendenda fanan ka 50 ke kode ako minute danta nyato drong nyimmo dolu montro wate kilin wucho kono safo ko wala ke maltu ye stan sabal nyol ni la mo nyo dolu inata nan dinkrato dami alon ko wala mile tuti kana ke tol bondi je ke bulani wo moto ba kono ke samba blato dami alon ko wala fajara baraksi ako kabiri nade kama ako watola akeda fendi mi alon ko akolata no bulu bake bari modol be je men alon ko wole be baladi mi bakono anim fana lanjuro me muta fende fo bala crash bonin tilimbali ami alon ko wole tamate la karola ako minute dandan nyato ako anata moje mi alon ko wole babukar jatati ako ayo aya sute mol kono de ako bari babukar jata ala moto a jenum yundum barracks le wato minna itolbe yundum barracks ako bari babukar jata moma a jedin krato dami alon ko wole mo mal tude ako wakay ko dabo fo fanam be nyum mol konole ako wayo kuma ka nyim faay ako atentenda kaytandro ke kode ay modol suudele men yalon ko itarre mol kono meno benu cresbon ke kam molla ako Ousmane Sonko ata fana mo mode mi yalon ko anena keta Gambia banko kanjang interior minister tile ako Modou Badji fana munun sojarolla nyadon ko dolde aka safo ko makamo men babulu fan wato capitaine wala matinu ako fana mejo Baboucar Diatta fana o fana mo molti mi yalon ko ate aya suute kayke mode mi alon ka fana bo ka fo nyin konole ako Mustafa Touré jama ka fa churo ako fana ma beta jele ako Jakaria Dabo wodun bentembo mendo atabe do ko la dunkra dami alon ko olen Gambia la fannati mi alon ko molla tani na kunya memu immigration ti ako de wobe do ko la wolto o Jakaria Dabo ako Buba Jamme jama tol ka fa nun kanilay jinio ako mu ya jamela domalti ako bari wo mu moti mi anko so jarol mati abe do ko la dinkramen do wala yundum baraksti ako double tu alaji Martin fanam be ma beri nu wo bengotole ako Musa Jamme wo fanan amuta ko dal warrant officer class 2 wala wo fanan na makamoti nu watola ako Lance Corporal Lamin Fati ako nyum mu moldi me alon ko haklo e wollel ma ko wol bebe ma beri nyum bengotole kabren tuma lamin na nyi ale halol be tamakan atendenda fanan kaytan roke ko pro ase jube roke no ala kaytola mi alon ko wala ba ma ko la bara nyim molto safe wolto wotumale mi alon ko wolen deputy late consulti biatel wasirin tabulo nyin na karola nyin garoni jabirola kolto mi alon ko wala mu hore jabala geti atenata ka silo diala puro ase ala o kayto ta ka jube mol men tolbe saferinje nyin kamala ase sone a nyamen abe tolu lankene mala damento atende na fanan ka 50 droke ate Ablaye Dabo ako kabri boda mile 2 ye sambadin krato damen ko wolen fajara baraksti ako kabri futata oto yaitandi la ko beji moto kono yeta ye rang dinkrato damen alon ko wolen kata dafu baye nyinde ako kabri artara itolu jite fanwe ako bar mo beje wolman jino nyin kamala be dimo men kono ako len dot falti ani lieutenant Basiru Baro ako tumala tenara aya abulo dum Basiru koto a sika ya yumbu ay Basiru Samba ako kabra futata damendo ako Basiru mallono ako sojaro nara ya diaku ya kay ko landi kabra landi damen ye Basiru muta ya sika ya Samba tate ya londi ako Basiru beje fan aboita fen baring lomu fenede me an ko abuka keno wato nyinna ako tarta wala nyama sojar do bije fan wotada pour kata dot fal noma moto nyin kono aka amuta na singola ka sabanan ka jolon na moto kono ka kurun ka samba dinkra nyindo dami alan ko yetol randi wolto atendenda kaytande ko de kabiru o randro nyin kada ako sana sabal nada kuma kan di ko 1 2 3 al kido malaga killing ka bundroke ako kabiro bundro kuma sela makan dol kuma da koma drong sanabo ko topoto kan wotuma sojar rolu wol menu yal ko stadiata e wututa boroti ako kabiro boroke sojar do fam bije fa yo bunne ako kabiro bun ate o sojaraw nyin kabira mari bung ako wobe wuri kan aba afla ko yembung ako wokam woko alnga bori akada ko hani monta borla ni ay borta nyawnyang ni ala ko be falale o hani janni kutala baling monta la je ako tartawo dinkdalto sojar jamal beje surtout modol me anko be TSD ate me long tolla ako keda modi me anko wolna rabula kana mol konole men yalan ko wollelu tata atendenda fanan ka sayin kandro ke kode mo fula mi yalon ko wolu fatalde wolu be zandam wala karola ani modo fanan bije ka me ko nyancho akode o molti mi yalon ko wolu be fata o bundro mi yalon ko yewo e be wala ke kanun killing akodon asa fono ko o bundro ke da fendi mi yalon ko kabo tu sudo talam fula tambira kada fo tala woro ma fola o suba ma ku yandango ako bundro interra kering ako bari sana sabali anata tara dinkraro dami yalon ko wala wo bundir dulati ako atelebe bundiro la ko ya markan ako barata da fono la ko jumale man bundiro ke ako bayren bundiro kabirabe ke kan ako nyem molbe kido be bebul keso be bebulu anu nyaman tra momenna pura fengo tilina ya avec kole ala nole pour mari sa fono nyamen karla tiling warando karma tiling akada men fono la wala nyinte ko bele beje anu bundiro nyi bele ma betaje wodo pour ka foko karla ke karma ke akada to fono la de bari bunduru kuma kan ka bonetale dinkra mendo nyunu bewe loring be mabere wo be on nyinto atende na fanan kaytandi ko de letinan jaaju o mu molti mi yalon ko fan ata bulata mol kono men yalon ko wollel borta ana fole ko fan tatale fo mo saba nyonde men yalon ko wolu be bulata kana mollel kono menu tata nun atende na fanan kaytandi ko de kabring tala woro ma fan sida ako wotu malem babukar jaata memu nunto ami commandate anara kuma kan di san sabal ka fa ko akanyandal sign akanyandale ako babukar jaata yo kumol fo sanae ako tembo mendo wotu malen sana sabal nada fa ko te badi ngosika memu Bashir Barote ya bulandi moto ba nyin kono ako wado la fanan tata ay nyum Bashir lieutenant Bashir Barola aya yumbu asamba abulandi moto ba kono ako wokola lemu nada itolu samba dinkrado dami yalon ko wala keda yundum baraksti badingolu nyene keda 50 rola wuce foloti mi alon ko nga wala sotalier ala kunya folo nyin bi lu la karola cdro mi alon ko ablay dabo be wala dikan commissiono nyin to TRRC mballa hidla ko ni ala kititala fengo ferendi alon ko avec la siela wuce dolto mba futandi lal majanne bi Africa television nyin na toyala lamin AFFS dabo ala baraka bake sitana studio to welingara fo nyato ni atara ko mole fonyo ni soto dron zina kulta ke be 5 ans le meno keta cdro la karode kabo ablay dabo bulu me alon ko foko jara pakali ba dingolem jatili bo jara east district la chef banko nyin lower river region memo mansa konko commandant banko ala baraka bake wassalam